Hey, what is going on, everybody? Savvy, what's up? Good morning. Roxas, you're even here before YouTube. I love it. I love it. What's up, Travis? Mega Farts, Stevie. Metal Bro. Yeah, you're early, buddy. You're early. I'm early. I don't usually start for another 10 minutes or so, but this morning went smoothly in my household, getting the kids to school and whatnot, but I'm sure you're not interested in hearing about that. Jason Fernandez, heck of a war, huh, dude? The drama. I loved it. I mean, this was so much fun. I went to bed last night and I was like, we need a miracle, but I've seen them happen before. And I woke up this morning and I'm like, holy crap, we got a shot. We got a shot. Not going to ruin anyone's war videos, not spoiling them, but check them out. They're going to be really good. Very, very exciting. I think you're really going to like it. Roxas, consider taking him under a 6-star Awakened Hood to R2. I've got a gem. We're going to test him out. So for those of you who didn't make the stream yesterday, fun is certainly a word that one could use. I had a heck of a time, Jason. I think part of that is because I got my fights in early. I don't think there's any easy fights in war. I don't think there's any easy fights. Mine were relatively easy. The guy who assigns them was like, hey, Vega, let's give Vega some easy fights. And I got him in early. I was done by, I think, like 6:30 my time, PM. And so I just got to watch the drama unfold. It was awesome. And then Hood, we're going to test him today. Yesterday on stream, we did Angela. I really enjoyed Angela. Got that video out today. It's an initial review. Keep that in mind. It's very initial. Wanted to get it out. And then we're going to go into Hood. We went into Hood yesterday, and I was excited about Angela. And then we played Hood, and holy smokes. Holy smokes. I have a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of mixed feelings on that, because there's a lot of people in the community like Cat Murdoch who have brought the attention to the fact of like, look, I utilized him a very certain way. I have ranked him up and I used him for this, and now I can't. And that's a thing. I think that's a thing. It does bother me. It does bother me. And also, I think it's just something for us all to keep in mind that Kabam can and will change anything whenever they darn well please. It's their game, not yours, and they will change it as they see fit. So keep that in mind. Even if we're enjoying the buff, that it's just not the same for everyone, right? For me, Hood was someone who I just brought along with Ghost, or Hood was someone who I brought along with Kingpin as of late. I wanted his miss to become 100%. I wanted that miss to be a 100% thing. And I wanted his damage increased. So they basically made the champion I wanted. But I mean, that's not the same. That's not the same thing. And we got to think about other people in here, I think. I believe DLL has joined us. So let's welcome him to the call. And let's jump into some Hood. Maybe he's not there just yet. I think so. I see him talking. Buddy, do I have you muted? I see you in the chat too. Gandalf with an AK. What's up, dude? Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let's update that. We'll see if we can get DLL on the call. DLL, you there, buddy? All right, I even spelled it correctly. I'm not a great typer. We'll get the DLL situation figured out. I think he's probably just stepped away for a minute. Legacy gave you a whole new perspective on the Hood rework. Oh, with his 6.2 champion, I think I saw that come out. I haven't had time to watch it. Yeah, DLL, for some reason, dude, it's like, is your mic muted? Let's go. We'll take a second and try to figure this out. I think Z's in there. Z, can you say something, buddy? We'll see if maybe it's on my end or yours. Okay, Z is talking to, and he's muted. Why are they muted? DLL, can you try to say something, buds? Man, what is going on? I have not changed any settings. I've not changed a single setting. Can you all hear them? Can you all hear them in the chat? That would be helpful to know. Okay, so they're both talking and they can even hear each other, but they are not coming through. I'm glad someone's enjoying it, Pars. It's like, oh, he is old. He is old. Yeah, I can't hear them either. They can hear each other, but they're not coming through. It's just your soothing voice. Thanks, Gandalf. I hate this. This is one of the things I can't stand. This is where it shows I'm old, is I don't change a darn thing, and yet things change, you know? That's not how it's supposed to work. I'm looking at Discord right now, Z, and I'm in the stream room, and I mean, this is really going to be interesting. Did OBS update? You know what? Maybe it has. Can I check if the output selected? See, here's the thing, though, Z, is I haven't changed anything. I haven't changed anything since that one day. I think it was Meta helped us out with that. Can you guys try talking again real quick? Yeah, so it's like, it's as if it's picking up me. I can see OBS is picking up me. It's not picking up you guys. Which is really weird, though, because shouldn't I still be able to hear you? You just wouldn't come through on the stream? Dreamin', thank you. I was very proud of myself. I had 5 fights and I knocked them all out. Hey, DLL and Z, let's move to a different room, because that might help us know if it is Discord or not. Because I should be able to hear you regardless. Hello? Yeah, I just flat out can't hear you guys. So wouldn't that mean it's Discord then? Sorry, everyone. I'm sure this is exhilarating to watch. Like, you're like, this is what we came to see. Check the output. Would that be on Discord, Z? You must be hearing yourself via OBS rather than Discord. Yeah. So on Discord, I will. Z, how do I do that, dude? I love how I don't change a darn thing, and yet everything changes. I don't change anything. Okay, go into settings and voice. See, this is what it's like, folks, when you're on one end of the call and you're talking to like your dad, and your dad's like, son, I don't see a settings. I don't see a settings button. What if I just hit this button? Will that work? Z, I honestly can't see a settings button. I know we've done this before. No idea. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would prefer you guys be on call. I think that would be a lot better. So let's set a time limit. We'll set 5 minutes. If we get this figured out in 5 minutes, cool. If we don't, then we don't. But I'd prefer you guys actually be on the call. Why can't I find the settings in Discord? That's weird. I know I've found that before. That's never been a problem before. Go into settings and voice and video. Z, can you tell me how I can find settings, voice and video? Okay, Z's internet just died, so there's that. Anyone else? Can anyone else tell me how on Discord to go into settings? What's up, Jacob? We're either gonna get this figured out, and at the bottom of the channel strip. Aha. Yeah, no, I'm still not seeing that for some reason. Maybe I have like the wrong version of Discord. I found it. All right. We're on to it. Output is yeah, nothing has changed. Video settings are the capture card. This is entertaining as gameplay. Watching Vega look really confused. DLL, you said you're sharing your screen. So the output device. Can you guys try talking now?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go. It was Discord all along. Discord all along. You guys are really loud though. So whatever, chat, are they coming through like airplane engine loud? Chat, are you there? Hello?
They should probably hear us about now.
Yeah. You can turn them down. Discord ego, exactly. Thank you. Someone got my joke. It was a bad joke, but it was a joke. Okay, so they're coming through super loud.
I'll turn myself down too.
Yeah, so that we don't go through another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
How
do I do that?
Let me.
Yeah, you can just go to
audio
settings and turn your input volume down right below the input device.
Here, DLL, keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is me. Blah blah blah.
Ooh, singing even better. Yeah, Jacob, thanks. I finally did. I adjusted the sound on both of them, and then I realized if they also do it, then we're going to have the same problem again. Yeah, well, not the same problem, but the same outcome. All right.
Whew. Oh, and Roxa says muffled. Dude.
Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. That'll be it for today. We'll catch you all. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, let's play some Hood.
Yeah.
All right. As you can see, I was up till like, well, to you guys would be like, that's not late, but I was up late for me getting the Angela video out, and I just couldn't help but go in and play a little bit of Hood before I went to bed.
Yeah, I've been using him in variant 6 because somehow I've never done more than completion of it.
Oh, you know what?
Pretty darn well.
That's reminded me. Someone, and I think it was maybe Megafarts, if he's still here, was, I think he was asking about variant 3. If either of you have the ability to go back and...
yeah, I'll check in a second.
Mega, if you're still here, buddy, just re-ask your question. Instead of us going through the chat, because I'll take forever. Maladar, what's up? Roxas, thanks for stopping by. Metal Sonic, dude. Thank you, everyone who stuck with us for that and and helped us through it. It was Discord all along. Keep that in mind. PWF, what is up? Jay, yeah, I was definitely kidding, buddy. That's my sense of humor. It is not funny, and it's a bit sarcastic. Dry, sarcastic, not funny. Those three things. That's how, if I could describe my sense of humor in 3 words, that would be it. Okay, so we're going to go with Hood. I know that one of the kind of like drawbacks with him is bullets, and that he can run out of them. Yesterday on the stream, I was finding that just by playing him the way I kind of used to play him, I was not having a bullet issue. I think over time, I probably would have ran into one. But so we're going to go ahead and kind of go in. I have a theory as to why I wasn't running into a problem with that. And let's see if that's working. DLL's voice sounds like a robot. That's just how he sounds. Oh, it's crackling? Okay. I'm not hearing that out of you, DL. I'm actually, you sound... well, let's kind of go with it and see how that's working out.
Yeah, let me know. I can play with some stuff.
Oh, you know what? I think it's Z, guys. And I turned Z down a little bit. Z, don't change your volume, buddy. I'm going to actually raise yours a little bit. And I think that might be part of it, is that we double volumed you down unintentionally. All right.
Chat, is it better now?
Yep.
Amazing.
Well, I guess you asked the chat, not me.
If you reply, it's even better.
Still hearing crackling out of me, guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. So Jay just finished first Abyss run, landed a Mystic Awakening and T5CC. Says, should I awaken Doom and take him to rank 3, or just take Sim Supreme up because he's already awakened? I feel fairly strongly that Doom is the right call there. Doom, well, the Mystic Gem in general, for when you finish Abyss, is one of the most popular, precisely because people are like, well, I'm just gonna pull Doom and awaken him with the generic because he's that important. And you have the ability to rank 3 him after your initial clear. That's fantastic, dude.
Yeah, I think neither Doom nor Sim Sub really need the Doom, but if you want to give it to somebody, give it to Doom. A, because of prestige, and B, because it's useful.
Well, Sim Sub is already duped.
Oh, alright. Yeah, you were right.
But I actually... Doom does not, quote, need the dupe, but I actually think it's downplayed a little too much. It's kind of like with Ghost Sig, where, like, yes, he functions as a champion without it, but at the same time, it's extremely helpful. I mean, there are, especially in incursions and once or twice in war, although I try not to play it that close, there have been times when I have been saved by that SIG ability because somebody has a buff up, you're about to die, you hit into their block, eventually it nullifies it, and then because he's SIG 200, that shock is there, and you can throw a heavy and do whatever it is you need to do. It's an important part of his rotation, and it's an important fail-safe in my opinion. Also, if you're one of those people who puts a rank 3 Doom on defense, the SIG makes him infinitely more annoying on his bad nodes.
I also think it gives you the opportunity to basically stun lock certain opponents in their corner, and that's always fun. And you can do a lot of things then. If you have your aura up once, it's basically even easier to maintain the Doom cycle. I think it makes many things a lot easier to maintain with him. You
guys are about to see, or you may have just seen what I was trying to set up there. Did you see the big heavy? Has that come across for you all yet?
I think so. I think it was a second ago. Or, oh, no, I think we're about to see it.
Yeah. Could be.
Wow, I can't believe how far behind it is.
I think we already saw it.
Okay.
Because it looks like you're building up to another one now.
Yeah, so what I was, sorry guys, what I was really testing there was a couple of things. Obviously, Winter Soldier's not getting buffs. But if you're noticing, the bullets really weren't dropping. In fact, we were gaining them. And I'll explain why, and I'll explain my theory. And you guys can either tell me like, oh, that actually makes a little bit of sense, or dude, you are so wrong, and here's why. one of the things that we often commented about on this stream or in videos was Hood has a really nice backdraft light. There's something about his light and his animations that's allowing that intercept to work. So I was naturally playing him with the backdraft intercept going into his light, meaning I wasn't finishing combos very often with a medium. So I wasn't expending that many bullets. Also, because I think of the synergies there and the way we were playing him, we were invisible pretty frequently. And refreshing, what is it, the stagger, which I think are the two ways you get bullets. So playing him that way, I'm not running into any problems with bullets, even against champions who don't have buffs. And then, as you saw, we were able to set up the large heavy damage there, which is really fun. And I don't think it's impractical, at least not in Winter Soldier. We'll see as we go into Act 7 and Act 6. And then lastly, and this was something that DLL pointed out in the stream yesterday, and I found it to be true when I was playing him a bit last night. I don't know if I'll explain this right, but in Z and DLL, you can let me know if you think this is a good way of explaining it. I feel like there's almost a bit of like an unstoppable, you're not unstoppable, but there's almost a bit of an unstoppable quality to when you're invisible, meaning they can hit into you and it doesn't stop your animation. So you can either keep attacking or you can block should you choose to.
Right. It's the same reason Ghost is so good.
Yeah, it is really powerful. We'll get to Juggernaut, and I'll show you a kind of really funny interaction that I think really shows it really well. Orange Cheeto, thank you so much, buddy. I really, really appreciate that.
I do want to correct one thing, though. I don't think the stagger was giving you any bullets against Winter Soldier, because I believe it's only on Nullify. I think you were only gaining bullets against him when he was missing, because that also gives you bullets.
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct. As you were going to explain that, I believe you're 100% correct. And so I think that even furthers the spirit of what I was trying to say, though, is that even just by going invisible and having the misses, you're able to really keep your bullets at a nice level. Sergeant, no, this is an R2 Hood. I took him to R2 a long time ago in preparation for one day getting Hood, and then I got Ghost. Took Ghost to rank 3, and then I'm actually I want to do a lot more testing before this. I need to be a little bit more conservative, I guess, with my rank 3s. But with me having Kingpin, the only synergy that we have on here that I'm like, I'm not so sure I would bring this along is the one with King Groot. And that increases the miss ability to 140%, So, but because of that kind of like unstoppable quality, I'm going to call it that until we come up with a better term. One of the things that DLL pointed out yesterday is you can have something actually hit you and the next projectile or next contact attack still misses. It happened a couple times there against Winter Soldier. I don't think we'll see it here against Captain Marvel, but let's take a look. Okay, so her last hit connected, of course.
Well, and unlike with Ghost, I don't necessarily recommend trying to block and then hoping you'll miss, because odds are the first two that you block will just miss, and then you don't have your guarantee. But if that happens, unlike with Ghost, where you then instantly lose your phase when you block, Hood's doesn't run out just yet. So it's quite nice.
One thing I'm struggling with is I'm running suicides. Why am I maintaining such a high health pool? That doesn't seem right to me.
We did talk about that. It's because when you refresh his stagger, it's currently counting as it expiring, and you're getting the health steal.
Is that how it's supposed to work?
So
it's not how it used to. I don't think they've clarified it yet, but a lot of people are expecting that to be changed, which would then make him almost pure damage. He would have significantly less healing, and he would no longer have his fate seal. So I expect a second round of Outcry.
Z, what were you saying there? It sounded like you might have had information too.
I was just asking if it's maybe considered bug already, so maybe Kabam already confirmed, but...
I don't think we have any official guidance yet, but it looks like a bug, because they probably would have... Actually, I think I remember something in the Champion Spotlight implying that it worked the old way, and yet it does not.
Yeah, but it makes him better, so maybe Kabam reacts to what the people were saying, and all the bit of a backlash they got for it, and maybe they keep it.
I don't know. I'd rather them fix that, have him, you know, not be this incredible healing machine, and have them give back the Fate Seal. Personally,
Yeah, okay. I want the Fate Seal back too.
Well, so here's the thing, though. Okay, I'm kind of just doing a little devil's advocate here. Okay, I'm not saying I necessarily believe this. Is two of the champions that you would most want to bring him with are extremely suicide friendly. So, I would love for the Fate Seal to come back for people who I think have been a bit wronged here. But I think I might prefer this version.
I think
I agree. I just think it would be a lot easier to fix things if they just, brought the Fate Seal back in exchange for the healing. There are a lot of mystics that already heal a ton.
What were you saying, Z?
I think for the first time, Kabam really changed a champion that had larger followership.
Yeah.
So Kingpin or Magneto or all of them, they never really were beloved champions to a larger group of people.
Well, not since 12.0. I still think the comparison to Black Widow is the closest.
Okay, fair point. 12.0, well, when was it? 2016 or something like that. Since then, since the recent champ revamps, they have not touched any champion with a bigger followership. And I think what happened with Hood was eventually going to happen anyways. I still think it's a bit harsh to those who ranked Hood up, especially for the Fate Seal. I think most of us, at least on the Discord, have seen the post Cat Murdoch made, explaining why it is, in her perspective, bad what they did to him. And I feel a lot of other people are feeling that way too. And I think this is a bit of an example of what we might see happening more often. And I'm quite interested in how Kabam will react to this, because there's a bit of a backlash, and maybe there's a way to talk this out or to adjust him further.
I really, really hope you're wrong, and that we are not supposed to just get used to them removing utility. And I don't think I agree with you that this had to happen anyway. You said that you expected this change for Hood to lose this utility regardless. I don't understand that part.
I think.
Hey guys, I apologize. I'm gonna interrupt you for a minute because I want to move on with the gameplay, and I want to show something to the audience, and then we'll get right back into this. So we're gonna fight Juggernaut. You're gonna see me attack into him unstoppable a few times, and I think it's the best demonstration I have of what I'm talking about with Hood's mist mechanic, and how you almost feel like you're unstoppable too. You're gonna have the ability to block or keep attacking if you should want to. And then I see the question was answered about the Fate Seal, and then I will let you two get back to it. Sorry for the interruption.
So, I thought that just at some point there was going to happen any change to any champion that would make some part of the community unhappy. Not necessarily with Hood or with Angela or any other any specific champion. But I just thought they're going to change up to 4 or 5 champions a month. At some point, somebody will be upset. That's what I was trying to imply.
Okay, yeah, I got you there. I think actually if they had handled Hood a little better, in my opinion, I think you might have instead some people complaining about losing the Civil Warrior that they placed on defense or something. But I still think there's a matter of degree with these things. If they had just made a small change to some other champion and people were angry about it, but everyone agreed that it didn't really cost anything and that it was a fair trade that didn't change the champion's role on a team and what you ranked them up for, then I think the most of the community would be like, it's fine. I think the difference here is that the people complaining actually have a point.
Yeah.
And I don't want to believe that it was inevitable that people were going to complain and have a point, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe that it was inevitable that Kabam would screw this stuff up, because I've actually liked a lot of their buffs and reworks quite a bit.
Yeah, for me, the Angela rework is a prime example of how a rework of a beloved champion should work. I think this is exceptionally well done. I've liked Angela since I got her, and now she still does the same for me. She did before, but she does it better, and she does more. And I don't have her duped, but now if I would pull her and I would dupe her, I wouldn't be upset about it. And I even would toss in some of my signature stones into her. And I think this is how these buffs should be. And yeah, Angela for me is a perfect example of a beloved champion going well, and Hood pretty much the opposite. To me, at least.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, Gandalf, he is very suicide friendly. I think the worry is just if he'll stay that way. Let's see, somebody said... Oh, Sergeant was asking what the persistent charges mean. That's the amount of bullets that he starts the next fight with. Or, I guess, started this fight with. Think of it as basically the closest thing is Captain Marvel movies, binary charges, where she starts with a certain amount, but then carries them over.
Stink, as I said earlier, my sense of humor can be described in 3 ways: not funny, sarcastic, and a little bit dry. So maybe that apology wasn't an apology. Anyways, yeah, I could tell by the long silence from both of you.
Oh, I was typing a response to Jason from earlier.
Got
let
it.
that get away from us.
But it was exhilarating to hear you guys really get into the minutia of that point. I mean, it was. Anyways, I hope you guys know I love you both. I'm trying to make a joke about all of this.
I know.
But I think that's a great example of how much we care about these champions. And I think you guys both made excellent points in there. And I'll throw in my 2 cents on it is I think this is what Kabam does. DLL, you've played this game alongside me, I think, for 4 years now. I think I'm coming up on 6 in the game. And if you've paid attention to anything I've ever said, it's that Kabam's style is, we know where we're going to end up being happy with this champion or with this change that we made. We're going to go well beyond it, and we're going to see how much you complain, and then we will negotiate back. And it'll sound like we listened to the community, and everyone will be happy. And so I would not be surprised. I want to thank Rob, dude. Thank you so much, dude. I know you've been busy. I know you've got a ton going on. Thoughts and prayers are still being sent to you, of course. And thank you for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying this a little bit, and I appreciate the donation, of course, as always. With Hood, I don't know if you even saw how insanely aggressively I was playing. I mean, I was even playing almost stupidly at times, attacking into him, Juggernaut being unstoppable, and I still finished this fight. What is that, at 70% health? I just can't imagine that stays. I just can't. I'm running suicides with a champion that has no resistances and no immunities. That just doesn't seem right to me. I'll take it if it's the case, but I just can't see it. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I was using him against the Rhino boss is not particularly hard, but I was using him against him in Variant 6 last night, and like you said, kind of not playing that carefully, honestly.
Yeah.
Got hit several times with class disadvantage, finished it I think at full health.
Yeah, that just... go ahead, Z. No, seriously, please go ahead.
I think it's fine if they remove it, but they gotta do it relatively fast.
Yeah.
Because what's really been making me angry at times is if they had the bug a so-called bug exist in the game for sometimes years. She-Hulk, and then they remove it just when the community discovers a
Particularly
particularly use for it, where Kabam can make money off it. I think I think if Kabam had gone ahead and removed the She-Hulk buff right when she was updated, nobody would have complained. Maybe a couple of people, but not that many. And I think this is, if it's gonna happen, it needs to happen soon, and it definitely would be deserved.
Oh, I know one of the things that one of the examples of with the at the Fate Seal change and all that was champions are continuously gaining buffs. I think we're going to take this fight a few times. I expect it not to go well, and so we might come in and just do this. I think this would be a good example, and I like this. I like this lane anyway. Duke, what is up, man? Thank you so much for stopping by. Damadeus, thank you for stopping by, buddy. Sorry, Sergeant Jacob, folks, I've missed. Eclipso, of course. Eclipso, you make a good point, and I'm kind of going through that myself. This was the latest example of, this is Kabam's game. This is not our game. We don't own these champions or anything like that. They will do and change as they please. Now, they've done a great job with it. Even as upsetting as 12.0 was, I'm still playing this game. And so I think they've obviously made a lot of good decisions. But it's different when you're spending your money or you're using your resources that you've earned through time, a lot of time, to rank up champions. And you've now ranked them up. And I think that's like a bit of an ownership question. I think that's more theoretical and what have you. And we're not going to get into that right now. But it is giving me a little bit of pause. It is giving me a little bit of pause on hunting champions. Because they're showing, I mean, they did this with Namor not that long ago, right, DL? I think you brought that up on the stream yesterday. They've done this before, and it doesn't necessarily make me like the game less. It does make me less certain about spending in-game or real-life resources on it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And that's why I think it bothers so many people, is because we had 12.0 that was horrible. We had Namor, which was a bit better. I mean, still some outcry, but like a lot of us saw Kabam coming out and saying, "We're listening to you. We're getting better. We're really trying to like take in this feedback, do more testing, work more closely with the content creators." And like, we want to be a better company. We don't want to just be like, this is our game, take it or leave it, chumps. And then it feels like they're actually getting better, and then something like this happens. And to be fair, it's like, I don't consider this necessarily set in stone yet. I do think there is still time for them to, quote, fix the stagger, add the Fate Seal back in. I haven't really heard much communication from them, so I don't want to put words in their mouth yet. But this feels like old Kabam, and I think that's what's bothering a lot of us.
Okay, so it took her getting to almost 50% health for us to finally run into those buffs not getting handled. That's
it's not bad, but I think this is proving the exact issue. As who was it? Mago Rex or Majo Rex, I'm not sure how you want that, but said Barrowman showed the new hood against the Act 6 champion, and he still handles that really well. But the champion does not have buffs that often, honestly. Anybody who's used Doom against him in Abyss knows how incredibly rare those Furies feel if you're staying on top of them. Whereas something like this, like that fight had so many buffs, and you stayed on top of the Footloose through then. But I think one of your special twos was auto-blocked at like 80% or something.
Yeah, which is something that if that happened in war would be a really big problem. In questing, not as big of a deal. And I know war is not as big of a thing for most players. So I don't want to make it sound like it's, the end all be all. I think most of us are concerned more with questing than that. But yeah, I saw that happen too. And even though I knew I'm not doing war, I still had a moment of like, whew. Okay, I lucked out there, and I was like, no, wait, it's questing. Work. I think I do. I do think you're right with that. There's a difference between we're listening to you and we will give you everything you want. Oh, Z, buddy, I'm sorry, man. I hope you have a great dinner. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope you've gotten to know my sense of humor well enough to know that. And I hope you have a great dinner with your family, buddy. And pleasure having you on the stream.
And Eclipso, I do agree. Pre 12.0 Black Widow was OP. But I'm just pointing out that that's like the last time that I think we had not just a damage nerf, but like a core utility that somebody ranked someone up for taken away. That's the only through line I'm trying to draw there.
MSD, I'm just catching up on stuff, dude. And I think, you know, my knowledge of the broader MCOC community is like, boy, is it limited. Were you upset? I think the change with She-Hulk you're probably talking about is her ability to throw the heavy after combo. Is that what we're referencing there? And if so, were you actually upset about it? I think you would be justified in being upset about it, but I'm just curious if you're still there, buddy. Yusafa, what's up, man? Imagine Kabam rebalancing champs like Corvus and Ghost. Oh, the game would be shut down. I think Kabam would, well, I don't know. People love this game. I do love this game. But I think there would be a uproar. And I got nervous that they were kind of rebalancing Ghost with the evade thing. I'm still not sure. I know Legacy put out the video on it, but we've seen that before, like with Falcon reducing ability accuracy by 100%, and then he still gets evaded. I don't know. What's up, Zero Frost Ninja? Thanks for stopping by. I think I may have said hi to you twice now. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Jacob. Okay, talking to Sergeant. And Paul, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. I think we're going to do maybe... Is there anything else you want to see with Hood? I'm not sure it makes sense to take him elsewhere. I mean, what do you think, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. There is... okay. There's a... I would like to see you try him against a decent Apocalypse. Trying to remember. I think there's one in the Cavalier event quest. I know there's one in Variant 6, but it's behind a few others. Yeah, guys, I understand the differences between this and 12.0. I'm not trying to say they're exactly the same or provide exact through lines. Just so we're clear on that. Isaac, I do think that Masacre would be a good rank 4, but it depends on what you need. He still does not have a lot of utility. He has some, but I think his main thing is he's just, you know, an incinerate DPS powerhouse.
I really hate how much I'm enjoying this champion. Like, I don't know if you guys could see it on stream. I actually took my hand off the phone for a little bit to see if he would miss Sparky's full SB2.
Yeah, because honestly, even 80% for the, or I guess for you it's the fourth one is 80%, is still fairly reliable.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean about hating it though. I was playing him last night and I was feeling kind of guilty because I was like, this is exactly something I needed on my roster.
That's, and like, it just feels like you're saying, you know, and I've got Kingpin and I've got Ghost. And this just feels like this is not a wasted spot. Not that he was a waste, but because here's the thing, is he's putting out good damage against champions that don't have buffs or anything. Like, it's not like...
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm just screwing around now. Maybe we can move on to Masacre. Is it Masacre or Massacre? I realize it's going to be almost impossible to type out in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, he is... he speaks Spanish every time he like speaks during the event quest or whatever.
Yeah,
so I feel like we should go with that. but I don't know.
Would that be Masacre? But is that a word in Spanish? Is that how you say?
Massacre?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, well, there we go.
I mean, at the same time, it's not really that big a deal since, like, it's one thing if you're just mispronouncing something. It's another if it's like, that's a word that exists in English. It's actually the same word.
Yeah. Robbie, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. Dr. Doom, can you read my last... Vega, are you in the lead in war? You know, buddy, I don't want to spoil anyone's war videos. I know there's going to be a lot coming out, and I know that's something that people look forward to. And it was very, very exciting. I will tell you that. It is very, very exciting. Yeah, go for it.
It looks like Hood's hex detonations are not affected by Furies or weaknesses. It's more like Claire's direct damage in that. Because I just had 5 weaknesses and detonated a stack and did 25,000 damage. That's not always going to come in handy, but there's certain nodes like Flux Dispersal or something where that could actually be huge. Just a thought.
Jacob, yeah, I know. I was like, how do you pronounce this? People who can't speak back to me. It's just like, whatever. Yeah. MSD, the first one you said was correct. I think what he's referencing, because I asked him like 5 questions, was that it was the She-Hulk could not heavy after a combo. He was actually upset about it. Still loves her. She is awesome, and I think there's a lot of utility there that just so much the community's not aware of. I know I often forget about her against Void because of her shrugging debuffs against Science Champions, right?
Yeah. She's excellent for Mr. Fantastic as well for the same reason.
Oh yeah, good call. I often forget about him. He
actually had a death to him in war today because somebody wasn't able to purify.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't think I'm going to do more than this team with Masacre because it just doesn't feel necessary, right? There's not like a key.
Yeah, I think I brought Deadpool with him when I was playing with him, but I think that's kind of it's an okay synergy.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I see what you're saying. I am running suicides, which, you know, we wouldn't normally do. Why don't we remove them so that we don't get a skewed idea on him? Although he is only a rank 1. I'm still going to remove him. Yeah. We are testing here, so let's do it as well as we can.
Eclipso is saying that the Hood thing is worse than it is good. With the direct damage. I mean, it really depends. Because it's not just Flux Dispersal. There are actually quite a few fights where I've been glad that Claire's direct damage isn't reduced by something else. So I can see it coming in handy. I do know what you mean though, like, if you were in Incursions and stacked a ton of Furies, then it wouldn't boost the heavy detonation damage, so... If you're thinking that way, then yeah, it doesn't necessarily help. MSD, do you still run into a lot of people not saying She-Hulk is good? I mean,
yes,
she's not the most important on the current war map, but...
So I gotta tell you, there have been a couple times where someone has died to a Dragon Man. I've seen a death to Dragon Man, or what have you. And I realize war is one of those funny things where you have to take into account pathing. You're not always going to be able to take in the best champion for a matchup. That's why in war videos, you'll see and you're like, well, you know, that'd be easier if you took in this champion. And that's helpful advice. I like it when I get it. I learn a lot. But a lot of that is because that person had to take other fights that necessitated the champions they brought. And so you just do the best you can. But there's been quite a few times with Dragon Man, especially with the Protect Global, where I think, because She-Hulk is large, isn't she?
can't remember. I think she is. Yeah.
We're gonna check that out real fast because I want to see.
There's all of like 2 or 3 women in the contest who aren't medium or small.
And Proxima's not one of them.
Proxima's medium.
Oh, she is? Okay. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. I don't want. I actually had this conversation in Alliance chat yesterday where I was really upset because MSC is actually telling us, yeah, she should be large, and so I feel like because of that, I felt like she may have worked out really well against Dragon Man. Does that sound crazy? I don't know.
Yeah, you could throw the L2. I mean, you could do it either way. Yeah, you could if he's staying aggressive enough and you can build to the L2 without losing your Furies, then I would probably go that way to turn it around. Otherwise, yeah, I'd probably spam the L1 to try and keep him aggressive.
All right, I'm gonna go with Masacre. I just like the way it sounds. My Masacre, actually it's sounding weird, is rank 1. So I'm gonna go and throw on a boost just so we can get an idea of more what a rank 5 or a rank 2 6-star would be like. We're testing. Let's go ahead and do this properly here.
MSD says She-Hulk is his go-to for Dragon Man and War.
Yeah, there's been quite a few times where I was like, I really think that She-Hulk would have worked better here. I fought Dragon Man on that one of the enhanced power gain against with Magic. I made a few mistakes, but I still loaded, and I was very proud of myself. And
sorry.
Yeah, it was a long pause. It was a long pause. I was like, and you're like, is he stuck? Talk about age. Was Chuck E. Cheese a thing when you were a kid?
Yes.
Did they have
I went there a lot and ate way too much of that awful garlicky pizza, and I loved it.
Oh, of course. And just played video games until you were like insane, right? And your parents would be like, he's got to be tired now. And you're like, no, I just played video games for 3 hours. I want more. It was more. You were an addict. But
more Minute Maid orange soda, please.
Exactly. But they had those like robotic things that would come out and like dance like the mouse, and then all of a sudden it would just like die. I felt like that. I felt like that was the pause. This is a long way around for that joke. A long way around. Anyways, my Masacre is a rank 1. I believe he is Sig like 80. I think he was in a featured crystal or something not that long ago, and I just kept. Oh, he's Sig 120. So there we go. And I am like a lot of these champions, because of my roster, I tend to play just the top options a lot. So I don't know the other options as well. So help me out. Give me your ideas, DL. I'm sure you have some knowledge on Masacre.
Yeah. So I've had a rank 2 for a while.
Oh, you do. Why did you bring him up?
Because before the Kingpin buff and before this latest feature where I pulled Killmonger twice, he was my best skill, and the next best skill I had was an unduped Kingpin pre-buff. I was really, really hurting. And so even though he was not amazing, he was my best skill. I figured rank 2 didn't cost too much. And I was just playing around with him. But yeah, he's so good now.
Basically, it's hit into block to get the bat going, right?
Right. Although I'd actually kind of like to, maybe on the next fight, if this one goes pretty quick, I'd like to see you try it without hitting into block, because I have a suspicion he also gets the charges when he crits. And
yes.
Because yours is so high sig, I want to see, now that the charges last longer, if just comboing is enough.
All right.
Because back in the old day, one of his biggest weaknesses was... oh, wow. It's completely slipping my mind now. But you know the one where you hit their block and they gain an armor up? Oh, explosive personality.
Dude, by the way, as you're talking, because I'm a little bit ahead, yeah, I hit into his block now. But comboing was plenty. Look at this.
Yeah, that crit rate is insane.
I can't get Winter Soldier to block to save my life, though, because you want to throw the SB2 into the block, right?
Yeah, I think somebody was saying try the old school Sentinel approach next time, where wait for him to block and then do a full combo into his block and throw the L2.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying the Hulkbuster pause. And, Winter Soldier being the punching bag that he is, just kind of stood there and was like, hey, look, that's a gun. It's...
Yeah. By the way, it got pulled behind. But yeah, Eclipso, as soon as I said Proxima was medium, I pulled up Aunt May to check on it. And yeah, you're right. She is small, which is ridiculous. Like, this game has her listed as smaller than, like, Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is not that big a dude.
Dude,
I think
Winter.
even Wolverine is medium, and isn't he canonically like a tiny Canadian?
Hey, so once the bat is ignited? Ignite, I just made up a word. Is there any benefit to hitting into his block?
I don't think so. I know, there is... What exactly is the Red Hulk synergy? I know it's you get something when it well-timed blocks, but is it specifically when you stun? Blocking a... Okay, it is contact attack. I was gonna say, because if you could try and like parry specials and ignite them, like Blade, that would be amazing. But no.
I'm seeing something about the heavies are helpful.
The heavies are particularly good
Ooh.
when you're not ignited, but when they still have an incineration. Back when Amon was testing him as a thing counter, that was the thing. Is didn't mean to say that, but if you can heavy counter things specials, then like after the bat, after the ignition fell off, you could just counter one of his specials with a heavy, and you'd instantly reignite.
I'm also a little confused here because why do I have the blue passive and the orange passive?
That's what somebody's saying. It looks like heavies might actually be bugged because you shouldn't be able to gain more ignition charges while you're ignited, but it looks like heavies may be getting around that for now.
And I didn't feel like the SP2 in the block was doing... I mean, it was fine, but it wasn't amazing damage. Those are Fusky. What is up, dude? Saving a lot of time. That's the new buffs. Tell me, what have you found out so far? Especially for Angela and Hood. Also have been using my 6-star Tiger. And I do. Congrats on that Tiger pool, man. Check out that video I sent you. And then there's been some other really good ones too. MSD did a how to use. So I would recommend checking that out. I really like Angela a lot. I think her SIG is nice. Just make sure you get it up high enough so that when the debuffs are coming on, you will get rid of them quickly. Because I think that's a really important part of her new utility and making her awesome. And then, dude, Hood is really good. Really, really good. We just did quite a bit of testing on him. We're all in the chat seem to be a little like the healing seems to be a little OP, or not necessarily OP, but maybe not intentional. I mean, I was running suicides and playing stupidly aggressive and taking hits, and he was still having a lot of health. I hate to set deadlines. I'm going to try to get an initial Hood review out tomorrow morning. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about some really cool things with his invisibility. It's not just invisible. There's kind of the mechanics of it, and then ways to, I think, keep your bullets so you can keep doing fights or fight against champions that don't have buffs. So, and of course, as always, dude, thank you so much for the donation.
Yeah, True Potential has a good point there. It says that I forgot that if you hit into their block, I believe, while ignited, then you gain power as though you were landing hits, so you can just keep building. So
there is a benefit there. And then it did feel like that those two passives didn't happen until there was a heavy. So there was, if you said there was a bugged, Lemon, not the boy, saying heavies are bugged.
Yeah, True Potential says visual bug, but still a bug. I don't think it's that. I think that will go away.
Oh, and True Potential saying that you maybe SP1 to refresh the Incinerate. So you make a bit of a decision there on, do I want to keep Incinerates on, or do I want to try to go for the SP2? The SP2 was not exciting me. Did that seem correct there, the damage?
Check. There's one other thing, actually. Pull up the abilities, because the L1 also puts Disorient on there, which will reduce his block proficiency.
But I think
I think if you can keep that up and then go to the L2.
But I think that's only if they aren't incinerated. I saw Fusky ask a question here. Hood becomes immune to stun effects, firing a bullet while invisible with a chance to steal. On initial reading, I don't think he needs it, buddy, for the damage that we saw.
He 100% needs it if you're going to use him as an encroaching stun counter.
Yeah, there's some utility there, like DL is saying, like encroaching stun that I think could be really helpful. And the invisibility, I was using him with a lot of synergies, but the invisibility felt like it was almost always there when I needed it. So no, I don't think he needs it, but I think it's a nice to have.
And you had some good power steals.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the guy, I don't like how much I'm liking him right now. It's bothering me. And then you were saying Masacre with the SP1.
Yeah, just check his 2 specials, because I think the big damage rotation for the L2 is probably going to involve dropping the L1 first. Jacob points out that Masacre on Invade and Oscillate would be pretty funny. So yeah, Disorient.
So I see what you're saying, though, because you would want to reduce their block proficiency, but they can't have an Incinerate buff on.
No, they can. It just lasts 3 times as long, see?
You know reading's hard for me. Come on, don't embarrass me.
But I do think that means that you're going to want to be almost at 2 bars of power when you throw the L1, because 12 seconds isn't that long.
All right, so let's go ahead and try that. Let's see if we can get that done. That might be a little tough in Realm of Legends with the AI being the way it is, but let's try.
Yeah.
Might as well. We're here. Let's try.
But 100% chance to refresh Incinerates. I think, where is that? True Potential's right. On longer fights, I think just spamming the L1 could get you some disgusting stacks.
I'm wondering about him versus Thing again. You were talking about Iman having done that before.
It's a difficult step back. I'm not going to mince any words about that. It is not an easy step back. But if you're not facing a stun immune thing, then yeah, he would just bulldoze it. The most dangerous thing about Masacre versus Thing is that once he's incinerated, and especially now because you'd probably want to refresh the Incinerates once Disorient is on there, hitting into block with Disorient and an Incinerate up, Thing would have 100% reduced ability accuracy, which means that he would not gain any rock stacks as you're hitting into his block. So you would have to be extremely careful with rock stack management.
So that tactic is, and it's just, I think, me being new to Masacre, it is interesting.
Yeah, I think you also just kind of worked into, right there, you threw the special one while you weren't ignited, so
Yeah.
you get a super long Disorient, and then you have the L2, and I think if you can throw that into block, yeah.
So
that was pretty nice.
You're going to see it happen. I don't feel like the damage on the SB2 is that crazy, though.
35k on a block is pretty good, but I do think that I personally would probably be focusing on the Incinerates more.
What? So we threw on the 30% boost there. Does that, in theory, really get us to what an R5 would be like? Or are we still a little bit below that?
I think that's pretty close. Yeah, it might even actually be slightly stronger. Okay, 6-star rank 1. That'll be the easy one. 1854 attack. 5-star rank 5, 2358.
And yeah, you're right. With the reduced block proficiency off the SP1, the SP2 does hit quite a bit harder.
Yeah, there's a 27% difference between the two, so 30% boost is pretty close.
Yeah, I'm not as like wowed by it, but I think we all knew that this was like just an improvement on the current.
Yeah. This is what he always should have been.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of where to immediately bring him. He's not a hero, right? He's a merc or whatever.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we can't even really bring him into Labyrinth with the White Magneto synergy. see if there's somewhere in book 2.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I was trivia on Masacre's page is that Masacre is actually used for, or is the translation most people use for Deadpool when you put it in Spanish.
Oh, really? And he's got he has a thing with Deadpool, right? Isn't that part of his storyline?
Right, he was introduced alongside him, but I didn't realize that it was one of those things where it's like a close translation comes out almost the same. It says a lot of Spanish-speaking countries just don't translate Deadpool's name at all, but apparently in Spain they do translate it, and they translate it to Masacre.
That's funny.
That's interesting.
Sins of Hell, who knows? It is what it is. Okay, Dog, what's up? Yeah, the claws make it very difficult. They do. Yeah, I go through so many phones. Parts. Yeah, I think I just was hoping for more out of the L2. I'm not an experienced Masacre player, so I think I was probably building it up more in my head. Guys, what's up, dude? Love seeing the hat by your name, buddy. Thank you so much for stopping by. True potential.
Oh, I must really be sounding weird if Sins is asking if I sound like Darth Vader.
You sound the same to me, so it must just be coming through weird. Work is saying, dude, congrats, Work. That's awesome. I really like that champion, as you know.
I'm so jealous.
Jacobs, yeah, there is an invade path. I think it's in 1. I think it's in this one, if I remember correctly. Because I remember struggling with it on stream with a Corvus. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, here it is. Could still get ugly a little bit, but let's see what happens. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and as long as we're doing this, let's go full Masacre team. Good point there. True potential. We'll put in Gwenpool and we'll come right back. I gotta say, I'm really struggling to get over Hood, though. Oh, man. Like, I'm actually starting to think you might see him in War.
Yeah. I tried resetting my headset, guys. Let me know if that changes at all.
C-3PO?
That's funny.
He sounds...
Well, I do try to not talk down in that register. I am not James Earl Jones.
You sound the same to me. Did you just go with Simba?
Yeah.
I love that.
That's my go-to.
I like it. All right.
Okay. Well, I tried, guys. Hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. I'll try resetting some stuff.
Yeah, Kais, before you showed up, dude, we couldn't even hear him or Z. We spent like, I don't know, it felt like a half an hour. It's probably like 10 minutes just trying to get it set up. There's something on my Discord settings changed. Who knows? And Z and DLL in the chat were able to walk me through it. It was really fun. I really felt like my dad. I felt like trying to help. Well, Dad, have you turned the computer on?
I think so.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you sure it's on, or is the power supply light just on?
Okay. But you're right.
Yeah, definitely check the playback, K-Dog. That's Hood looks really, really fun. We discussed the controversy, but for what he is right now, if he were a brand new champ, I don't think there would be anything but straight praise for him.
Okay, well, I messed that up a little bit there, but that was still interesting. And I can't remember who made the recommendation or dropped the knowledge about hitting them while they're incinerated. But that actually is making a difference because it allows you to get from the SP1 to the SP2 significantly faster.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I want to see if I can get him. Oh, see, but then you got to keep that in mind. I just put myself to the SP3.
Oh, yeah, that is a ton of damage.
Yeah, this is interesting, right? That
power gain.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it's helping bridge that gap between getting that disorient on or what have you.
Yeah, that's. I hesitate to say this. Because I think the description says he's supposed to gain power as though he were hitting, but it looks like they just plugged in the amount of power you get for a medium and the lights are getting it too, or something like that.
It felt like a lot.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna get. Oh well, no, he actually threw a hit.
Yeah, the Domino synergy really is nice. If you have him at a decent sig, you don't even need to heavy, because she gives you back a few, and then your next combo. Whew, it is so easy to keep him up now.
I couldn't get Iron Man to block because he was in the more aggressive phase.
Right.
So we didn't get a chance to see it.
It may not do a lot of damage, but that's a fun animation to intercept with. Just shoot them in the face. Oh, thank you, Louis. Okay, so there's additional power gain hitting into the block on this path. That makes a lot more sense. I was looking down at my own fight for that.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Because that did seem like a whole heck of a lot. It still would help you get to your SB2, though. But yeah, this almost seemed like... Yeah, Kinetic Instigator. Yeah, okay. Ooh, Ultron. I like that one. That's a good call.
I just rewatched that. For anyone who has not seen Age of Ultron recently, I highly recommend, if you're watching WandaVision, I'd recommend going back and watching it again before Friday. I mean, I liked it when it came out. I know a lot of people didn't, but it just, after Infinity War, Endgame, and what we've seen of WandaVision, the movie is just, it's so much stronger than it looked at the time. And there were some great moments even at the time. Like, just a lot of amazing characterization for Iron Man and Captain America. I love the MCU, man.
Seriously, right? I can't stand this combination of nodes.
It's really annoying.
I'm remembering why I didn't like doing it on stream last time. Let's see, where else can we play this guy?
Paul says none of the buffs have changed my planned rank ups just yet. Well then, congrats on having already had awesome options.
Yeah, that's great. Paul, do you have a hood? Jacob saying Age of Ultron slept on, in his opinion, I think isn't. Yeah, you know what's funny is I'm actually seeing it in a different light now too. So I understand what y'all are
Yeah, and James Spader was fantastic. He made the Pinocchio song exquisitely creepy.
I can't stand destructive feedback either. Don't want to hit into Red Skull's block. Nope. And I don't want to touch Silver Warrior today.
There's a lot there. A friend of mine it was just an early node for Apocalypse, and his is only Sig 20, but I really do think that's going to be one of his better matchups, because you're probably already going to be blocking a lot of Apocalypse's specials unless you're just that guy. And you know, between the weakness and the fact that he needs to block to refresh, pretty nice. It's kind of like, as much as I dislike Falcon's playstyle, although I also do not think he needs a buff, if Falcon had like doubled block proficiency while he was trying to turn on Red Wing, it'd be a lot easier, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. I remember there was a lane where like incinerates were a thing, and I couldn't find it there. But I know that skill champions have like a nice little buff in this lane, so we'll go ahead and check it out.
Yeah.
There's also, you could try him in the Cavi queue because he turns off the evade. And just see how quick the incinerates go bonkers.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people didn't enjoy that, including me, but he'd be good for it.
If I have time, we'll just do this fight and then we'll get to that. That would have been a good idea.
Oh yeah, I just saw what time it was.
I don't know. I mean, that I'm beginning to think. I don't remember who said it, but I am beginning to think that refreshing the yeah, I just am not seeing.
Yeah, I personally think that the L2 is more of a meme, and especially for defense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You know, you get a little scared of it because you don't want to push him to the L2, but it's not like it's
easiest.
Yeah,
it's not the easiest evade.
Because these incinerates are stacking up. Well, yeah, you can. It's not cheese; it's the node, you know. But you head into. I think it's you head into their block. Anyways, you know, folks, I'm sorry, I don't have time, unfortunately, to do the next fight. I need to go. I can actually hear. I take a break every day with my daughter at this time, and we hang out for a little bit. So, thank you, everyone, to stop by. DL, do you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I think we're covering a lot. I mean, there's 4 big buffs. Got a long week.
Yeah, I think so. We will definitely try to get into Silver Warrior. I think the new event quest should come out, so maybe we'll test the other champions in it. Silver Warrior seems a bit more complex. I do want to test him out as well. Thank you, everyone who stopped by, DLL and Z, for jumping on the call. And, of course, everyone in the chat. Appreciate it so much. Intention is to see you all tomorrow at the same time. Take care, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'll try and mess with my audio.
It sounded great to me, by the way. So